What's up guys, Victor Health Thorpe here, Olympic speed skater, YouTuber, and also a massive fan of the concept of nasal breathing. I've been using this band here called intake breathing for the last year and a half. I use it overnight and I use it for all my workouts, so basically 24/7. In this video, I just want to share my experiences and I want to blast some myths that there are out there amongst people that I hear way too often about nasal breathing and nasal bands. Now, one question I want to answer first of all is what nasal band you should get. I have tried just about every single one of them out there. The one called intake breathing is the one I'm using here. I've been promoting this because I do really think it's an awesome product. It does cost more than most nasal bands, but it also works so much better, and it more importantly stays on during any type of workout that I've had. Living in a desert where I do sweat a lot when I train, had this on for more than 7 hours of continuous bike riding at high intensity. I promise you it's gonna last through whatever you take it through. I used it overnight, never fallen off, so that's the thing I definitely recommend. They gave me a discount code, been sharing that with a lot of people, and you will also find it in the description here below. Let me know if you end up getting them, how your experience is. Love to hear from you guys in general if you've had any experiences with nasal breathing. Now, the first of the myths that I'm gonna bust here today is that the nasal band will chronically widen your nostrils. There is no way that can apply that amount of tension. So the way it works, especially the intake here, is that you just have these magnetic strips that are adhesive to your nose, and that thing is super stretchy. And obviously this cannot apply that tension. It will open them up and it will counterwork that natural closing off the nostrils as you breathe in, and that's the whole point of it. But there's absolutely no way that that's gonna leave your nose bigger as you take it off. Now, the next one is that a nasal band will completely eliminate all snoring. It does. If you get a good one here, it will make a big difference, but I don't think there's any way you can fully eliminate snoring. I tested this over 2 weeks, where for 2 weeks I did not use a nasal band, and the app that I used gave me a 34% off the night estimate that that's how much I snore simply by recording and recognizing the snoring. And using this, it decreased by 4 times, taking me to, I think it was 8 or 6%. If you ask my wife, she has been pretty pleased with it. So it's definitely a good reason to get a proper nasal band. A good nasal band is completely expensive. I will admit, this is definitely not free. It cost $50 for a starter pack. Obviously using the discount is gonna be cheaper. And then to refill every month will cost some money. However, I do really think it's cheap for how much you benefit. I've spent a lot more money on other ways to improve my performance and my sleep. The cool thing about a band of higher quality is that it actually works. And more importantly, these thingies, the small magnetic strips here, if you clean your nose with some rubbing alcohol beforehand, so you apply it, wait 3 minutes before you actually pluck the band on, it's gonna last for a long time. As a professional athlete training twice a day, I still have the same magnetic strips here for 2 to 3 days. So even though it comes at a high price, you can also use it for longer, which I believe evens it out. Last myth here is my nose or my nostrils are so big that I don't need or won't be able to benefit from a nasal band. That is simply just wrong. The effort you would need to put in to breathe through your nose, subconsciously or consciously, and the strength you would need to pull and the amount of air you would pull through your nose and into your lungs depends on other things than just the size of your nose. It is to a much larger extent the nasal valve area and the strength of the nasal sides that determine how much of a struggle it'll be for your nose to breathe air in and how much air you naturally get in. Therefore, a nasal band is gonna release that and help keep that open without your effort. Therefore, you also cannot always see, say you do this test, where you can tell my nostrils collapse here, but that's not the only way to see how disturbed you are by the skin or the size of your nose as you breathe in. It also comes down to the subtle nasal valve phenomena and of course the visible collapse of your nostrils. I hope this video gave you a little more insight in what to expect and what not to expect from a nasal band. I have been really happy with mine. It has made me a better athlete and I do sleep remarkably better. I recommend it, and if you don't like the color, obviously you can choose your own. There's a black one, and Intake Breathing has just launched a transparent model, which may please a lot of you guys that don't think this is the coolest fashion choice. But personally, I think fashion is fast, fast is fashion. So it comes down to your preference. Give intake breathing a try. If you don't like them, you can return them, have all your money back, which I think is a pretty cool feature they got there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There's so much sports, gadget, healthy living, and obviously a ton of inline skating you probably haven't watched yet. And now, hope to see you for the next video. Peace.